Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about KSI, who has been having a pretty rough month and a half or so over the last few weeks. It's been kind of a tough one for him. First, there was this whole big, lunch leak controversy, right? Because he's kind of tied in on that product with, Logan Paul and Mr. Beast, right? So there was that whole controversy. I've already made a video talking about that a couple of weeks ago, so I'm not gonna sit here and, really harp on it too much. But there was, that whole thing that kind of blew up in his face. Then he got into, a beef with Dan TDM over that whole thing. And really, that's where, some of this behavior started to kind of really become more apparent, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in this video. So now KSI has recently dropped a new song called Thick of It, okay? And this song has absolutely transformed into a meme. Now, I think when he released the song, he actually wanted people to think it's oh, this is a real song, this is good shit. He even went and he got the rapper Trippie Redd to be on the song, who's only on it for a pretty small amount of time for the song. In fact, obviously, the most viral part of the song doesn't have Trippie on it at all. So I think, most people didn't even realize that, but I don't know, just from the way it's all set up, this seems like it was a legitimate attempt to, really go into the industry for music and whatnot right now. Obviously, it's not his first song. He's made music before. But I mean, when you go and you get, a platinum-selling rapper as the feature on your song, doesn't really scream, oh, I was just trolling, right? But anyway, this song comes out, it goes all over social media, people are making TikToks with it, people are just kind of clowning all over the song, if I'm being real with you. Pretty much nobody is really taking this shit seriously at all, right? In fact, it seems like at times the only person who's taking this song seriously is KSI himself, right? So he's kind of been, I guess, back to the wall for a little while now, right? A lot of people online just kind of coming for his neck for the whole, once again, lunch leak thing, and then it goes right into this. Just kind of tough timing for all of this to go down, but so now that this song has blown up for realistically all of the wrong reasons, KSI is kind of trying to backtrack and play into it or whatever, right? Oh, I thought it was a meme the whole time kind of thing, right? That's what he's trying to do now. And it's really weird because even though on one hand he'll try and sit here and be like, oh, it's all just a joke, I'm fine with people, laughing about it. On the other hand, he does some really scummy shit. Usually what he thinks is in the background and is kind of out of the public eye in order to shut people down. And this is the thing, even if I wanted to come on here and I wanted to defend KSI and whatnot, it becomes really hard to actually want to defend and like the guy when he behaves the way that he does, and he does the shit that he does. So before I even start making any points about the shit that he's been doing, I want to point out, KSI is a YouTuber who has made videos for well over a decade at this point, you know what I mean? He understands the community, he knows the unspoken rules, he knows what's fair to play with and what's not, and even though he knows all of these rules and he understands what it's like to be a content creator himself, now that he thinks he's on this upper echelon because he has these other business outlets and whatnot, and he's making fucking meme music or whatever now, he thinks that kind of puts him above everybody else on the totem pole, and as a result, he thinks he's allowed to act however the fuck that he wants towards people, and that just destroys any good credibility that he could have, right? He wants people to be on his side for this whole fucking lunch leak controversy, and for all these people always coming at his neck online, but then he acts like a dickhead. So, like I said, this song went viral, everybody is shitting on it, you know what I mean? 99.9% of all of the comments or anything I've seen surrounding his new song have been, oh, this shit sucks, right? So, I guess the H3 podcast, which is ran by Ethan and Ela Klein, if you don't know the podcast itself, I guess they made a H3 podcast episode talking about KSI's new song, and KSI got so butthurt about the criticism that was put out in this video that he ended up fucking copyright striking their video down, okay? So, I mean, they come out and they post this screenshot a few days ago talking about it, and then they also post the DMs of KSI's reaction. So, the H3 podcast posts the screenshot of him copyright blocking their video to their Instagram page, and KSI responds to them in the DMs and says, Cry more, pussy. Womp womp, okay? So KSI is basically at this point openly admitting that he falsely copyright claimed another content creator's YouTube videos because they criticized his song, and I guess he didn't like the criticism that he got, which, by the way, that isn't how copyright law works. You don't just get to copyright claim people because you don't like their opinion or you don't like their reaction. You have to have like actual legal grounding to stand on when you do shit like this. And I mean, it's pretty apparent that the H3 podcast was using the song within the guise of fair use, you know what I mean? It was done clearly to critique and commentate on the work itself. And, you know, KSI knows that. He understands how this works. He's made millions of dollars off of YouTube. Don't get that part wrong. But he realizes once again that since YouTube's system is broken and he feels that he is above everybody who makes content now, he believes that he's allowed to do shit like this, and people just have to allow him to behave however the fuck that he wants to. And not only do you have to let him behave like a complete douchebag and you know, literally break the law in instances like this so he can silence you, but then you have to also not criticize him for producing third-rate shitty Lunchable knockoffs, right? And other shit to pad his pockets. So once again, even if I really wanted to defend KSI and be like, I really don't care about Lunchly and all this other shit, I mean, it's at the point where he's literally inviting this shit onto himself. He's literally inviting people to poke fun at him and call him a fucking asshole and, you know, tell him that he's too sensitive for this stuff, right? Now, I just want to point out a tweet that KSI made all the way back in 2019 when he started, you know, really making music or whatever in the past here, okay? I got this screenshot here from Comment Cop over on Twitter, and as you can see here, if you want to use our music in your YouTube videos or anything else, then go ahead. We ain't on that copyright bullshit and claiming bullshit. We are here letting everybody eat good. This is a new age. We're fully independent, so we make the rules. Enjoy the album. And then, of course, now he's copyright claiming people's YouTube videos for making fun of his song or saying that it's bad or really just having an opinion that he doesn't like, right? So, not only is KSI a liar, he's also a complete fucking hypocrite, and he's also abusing a broken system on YouTube to silence criticism. So, I just want to point out that if this was virtually anybody who wasn't like one of the top YouTube stars who was doing this, this would be like a career-ending moment here. Like, using the copyright system to abuse other people, it's a massive no-no in the YouTube community. It's like something that, once again, I mean, if you're a dude with 50k subs and you're doing this shit, everyone turns against you. Like, your career is fucking over with. No creators want to work with you anymore, anything. But, you know, because KSI once again thinks he's above everybody else and he's not, you know, held to the same standards, he thinks he can get away with shit like this. So, obviously, basically shutting down people's criticism of him did not stop the memeing and the shitting on and whatnot, right? So, the popular browser, okay, Opera GX, the browser that's like a competitor, I guess, to Google or whatever, I guess they added some built-in feature that automatically mutes the audio that comes through the browser if it's playing KSI's new song. So, I don't know. I mean, is it really a useful feature or like something that matters? No, absolutely not. But it just goes to show you that like everybody thinks this song is a fucking joke and like nobody's taking it seriously. And KSI is just left in disbelief over this.
This was ridiculous. I can't believe Opera, the actual company, tweeted this out and have created a feature that automatically mutes your audio if you accidentally play KSI's new song. Like, that is generational hatred right there, man. I mean, I've always been a fan of Google Chrome, and I will still be using Google Chrome.
Now, he keeps reacting as if he thinks like, oh, I don't understand why people are being too hard on the song, mate. Like, he thinks that, I don't know. It seems like he thinks that people don't actually think the song is bad or something. I don't know, like, what his personal circle is telling him, where they're all like, nah, man, this song is fire. Don't listen to the haters, bro. But, like, it's just how everyone else is reacting. Nobody really seems to like this shit other than KSI's fans and KSI himself, but he's getting like butthurt that people don't fucking like the song. Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and propose an idea to you here, okay? If you don't like the fact that people don't like your music, perhaps make better music. I mean, that's just kind of how it goes, bro. You're not the first person to have people like clown on your song or like make fun of you or think that your song is shitty. And in reality, even if they did, who really gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like, why would you even really care, you know? Because he'll act like I'm above the hate, bruv. I'm above it all, you know? And he'll act like he just doesn't give a fuck and he's just on that new level or whatever. But then he constantly shows that he's not, because he constantly gets upset and reacts to shit like this. And then yesterday, it was announced by Billboard that the song debuted within the top 100 songs, the Hot 100, okay? Now, it's just basically like a chart that shows like the 100 most popular songs on like the radio and streaming and shit. Doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but like it's really just something to kind of pad your ego with and to measure your stats with if you're a big artist. Well, he debuted at number 84 out of the top 100 songs. And keep in mind, this is a song that had the backing of like professional companies through KSI himself. He literally went and got a Trippie Redd feature on the song, which I'm going to assume wasn't cheap. Like, it was probably a 5, maybe 6-figure investment into the song just to get that like couple second feature from Trippie Redd. And then the song was like the biggest meme of the week or whatever, right? And then let's laugh at all the haters. You played yourself. And I don't know, like, I guess he's taken his victory lap here or whatever, right? Congratulations, you debuted on the top Hot 100 or whatever. Let's see if it's there next week. And then also, too, I mean, once again, you got a platinum selling artist and you had all of this money behind the song and all this shit, right? And you debuted at 84, you know? Is it a win? I guess, but he's acting like he went number 3 or like number 14 or something, you know, like up there in the charts. I mean, you barely made it on at the end of the day. And then too, I'm gonna assume he also, because of the way that he behaves, probably bought or botted streams on the song. And I don't usually just go around throwing accusations around like that, because it's kind of a lame thing to do most of the time, to be like, oh, you botted your success, brah. But KSI is unironically one of the type of people to do shit like that and then celebrate like he really did something or whatever. So I mean, it really wouldn't come too far out of left field if some sleuth dug into all the numbers and realized, hey, 85% of these streams came from a computer network in California, right? I wouldn't be totally surprised. But this tweet, if anything, really highlights the level of like hypocrisy and like lame reaction from KSI throughout this entire thing, because he's been copyright claiming people's videos where they're critical of anything that he's put out. He's trying to silence people who are against him, right? And then at the same time that he's doing shit like that, like really lame shit like that, he's trying to, on the other hand, be like, look at me, I finally won, I'm above the haters. And it's like, you're either above them and you don't have to copyright claim their videos down and like shit on people for criticizing the song because it's popular and you quote unquote won, or you're just projecting all of this and you're actually upset about how people feel about the song and you really are mad that, you know, people aren't taking you seriously or whatever, and then now you're just coping for everybody, right? Either way, it really isn't a good look. I mean, I'm not some like historical KSI hater where like I've always thought he was like some bad guy or like a piece of shit, but over the last like month or so, just the way he's been acting about everything and the way he's just been kind of portraying himself, it's really started to spin my personal opinion on the guy. And I think this is part of what happens when, like, you know, you cut all of the reasonable people out of your circle and you try to go way too corporate and your only friends in the industry are people like fucking Mr. Beast and Logan Paul, you know, people who already have their own long rap sheet of issues that they haven't really addressed or atoned for. People who literally only think about their brand and their content and whatnot from a purely financial aspect, right? You don't want that to be the only people in your fucking circle, you know? That's not the only type of input you want to hear going into your ears. Because when it is, you end up in situations like this where you're striking people's content down and you're acting like kind of a absorbed dickhead over every little thing that you do. And it really starts, like I said, to spin that public perception of you. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to talk about this real quick. I mean, it's just been something that's kind of been going on the side, right? Now, even on this tweet where, you know, he tried to laugh at all the haters, I mean, he got ratioed in the comments. It's been kind of a common theme for KSI over the last month. I mean, random people on Twitter are just popping up in his comments and getting fucking 70,000 likes on their tweets where they're like, hey, dude, you're being kind of a dumbass and a dick, so shut up, man. And for whatever reason, like, he just won't listen to anybody. Like, honestly, like I said, I know there's a lot of people people out there who've like historically hated this guy and they've shit on him for every little thing that he does, right? That's not me. I've never been that guy. But once again, right, he's kind of come onto the radar just with his own behavior. And I hope that he figures that out because, I mean, it's really not too late to completely fix everything. But, I mean, you keep on doing this type of shit, dude, you're just going to end up being one of those figures that people don't like at all. So, anyway, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. Thank you to my Watch Optimus subscribers. Your support helps the channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, talking about KSI's recent antics and signing out. And that's a wrap on this video, but big shout out to my Optimus Nation supporters. You guys are the real MVPs. For $10 a month, you get access to loads of exclusive videos and archived live streams, my members only Minecraft server where you can possibly appear in gameplay, early access to all new uploads, an invitation to the private Discord, and much more.